So Ben, after 20 years leading Blue Fitness, I'm sure why you do what you do may have in fact evolved a little bit. Where did you start with why you started Blue Fitness and what is it now?
Oh, JT, I think so. I've always had a passion for leisure, health, fitness. I was going to be a phys ed teacher, went to phys ed school, be a Bachelor of Phys Ed, and that's where I thought I was going to end up. So I've always been in the industry. Started working for the YMCA back in the day, one of my earlier jobs, and started off a swim coach, fitness instructor, and it was, I guess my passion is all I know how to do. And I did 10 years exactly to the day with YMCA. It's such a great organisation, but I figure it's one that you can get entrenched in. So when 10 years came up, I finished up as an executive director for Auckland, one of the biggest Ys. And that was me. That was my time. So started off this industry consulting company, kind of like yourself. It was called NZBLUE at the time. And I was going to be a specialist in health and safety and asset management and all that boring stuff, but of strategic planning and business consulting. And one of my old colleagues, when I was back working on Aussie, guy called Dan Djoeandy, he was heading up Star Trac for Asia Pacific, and he said, "Look, why don't you distribute some fitness brands now that you're out on your own?" I'm going, "Oh, mate, I'm not a salesperson. I'm really more of a consultant, but let's have a look at it." And that's how I kind of started. And now moving on, it's we're 20 years with Blue Fitness, and my goal now is build a great enduring company. A brand that's not about me. It's its own brand, and just try and do some amazing things in that space.
That's a really cool answer. And I guess it's a good example of who we know in the industry allowing us to morph into something new. Dan giving you that opportunity and then you running with that opportunity.
Absolutely. I look at a lot of people, opportunities come up for people all the time. First you got to recognize them, then you got to act on them. And it was I had to sell my house to buy some stock, to get a property and to put some equipment in, and luckily I had YMCA as our first ever purchaser. No problems there, obviously, because I was 10 years working for them. But when we still had to turn up and get the right kit in the right place, but it's just funny. It's a lot of it, and this industry is a great example of great people, and you build great relationships. And Dan, right back in the day, really kicked it off. So I owe him a lot.